Hello, INTPs. This is Max3994. I just wanted to talk to you guys about something that I found pretty interesting that I wanted to pass on your way. So here we go. It's sort of a large thing, but I want to forewarn you guys so this doesn't happen to you and you don't get stuck in my same shithole of a boat. Or shithole of a boat I was once in, and now I'm dealing with the repercussions of the damage. Alright. So this is what happened. You're gonna have to, okay, there's this term called apophenia. Apophenia is related to you having an open mind, and when you have an open mind, you see patterns in a lot of things. You find meanings in things that don't necessarily exist, but feel that you can connect to them on a certain level, to these things on a certain level that might not be there. So it's sort of like intuition, but it's not really directly correlated with cognitive functionality. And then you have intelligence, which is directly correlated with cognitive functionality. So it's sort of like apophenia is the creative part, and intelligence is the cognitive functionality part. You know, things that will help you out on IQ tests, reasoning abilities, and mathematics, other such things as that. Yeah, so it's basically you have your apophenia for perceiving everything and your intellect for kind of siphoning it all out and making your decisions off it. Not always directly playing one-on-one with each other. Sometimes you can just make decisions based on one thing. But this is what ended up happening. I was very high in apophenia about a month ago. And or a month ago, sorry, who cares? A month ago. And what ended up happening was, I think I was higher in apophenia than I was in intellect, and because I was higher in apophenia than I was in intellect, I ended up kind of just going over the top, and I threw myself into this weird psychosis because I don't think I was like dealing with my emotions like I could have been. Straight on, and so then I found a bunch of like random readings and like everything and stuff like that, which were probably pretty valid for the most part because I also did have before I was like neutralized by this medication poison called Zyprexa, a pretty fairly high IQ. When I mean fairly high, not not 100, and 5. So anyways, this is the huge warning point. I know this is sort of a boring video, but it's actually pretty fucking ridiculously important. Do not pent up your emotions and let your mind run on sort of overcompensation mode for too long. And when I say too long, I mean for like a year and a half, not straight, but for a large majority of the time. You can think and stuff like that, but don't let yourself go over the damn top. Not saying not to think, but don't overcompensate with things that are sort of unrealistic all the time, especially when they are being applied to you. I think it's good to do that, but it's good to do that in spurts and not, like in a constant quest to find some sort of answer that you've been envisioning the whole time. That applies to yourself. It doesn't even look like I have eyelashes right now, which is kind of weird. So anyways, yeah. Also sort of testing myself to see if I can even talk about something like this at such a length after being completely fucked up on this medication. So anyways, thanks for listening. Don't pent up your emotions. It's hard to feel them sometimes. It's It's actually important, so it's worth saying. But just do your shit in spurts, so you don't get diagnosed with some sort of psychosis when it's not really psychosis at all. It's just a bunch of bullshit, pent up thoughts and feelings and ideas and all that crap that can drive you to look like you have some sort of sect of schizophrenia, and then you get treated for that. And that's fucked up because you're not schizophrenic. You are just normal, and that was the way that you think of things, and you should have just gone through your fucking process, and you would have probably came out just fine. But yeah, I mean, this medication blocks dopamine receptors, serotonin receptors. I think it's GABA receptors and other such things. So, it's harder to think and imagine, especially the right side of the brain. Oh, sad. It is sad. So, big deal. I know this is sort of boring, but it was informative. Thanks for listening.